Hello, Aries. Thank you so much, as always, you guys, for being here. Okay, Aries, so looking at your first week of December, you pulled Creator, Listening, and Is This Me? This, I feel like, for some of you, is something that you have put down, that there was like an intention to either create or experience, and life may have taken you in a very different direction. But there's like this internal dialogue that I think may be coming up for you that's going, hey, didn't you intend to create this or to have this experience? And it may be things that you're looking back at now. And I say that because of the connection with Is This Me? So Creator is talking about not just your responsibility to create, but your ownership of it, right? I mean, even when you look at the description of a catalyst, maker, mother, father, there's this ownership that's happening. And listening, it's not just about listening to others and gaining new insights and perspectives. It's also the inner dialogue, right? And Is This Me? There's a part of it that says, make no excuses, because the choices which made us what we are our responsibility. If an old dream is dead, it's time to dream anew. If the old dream is alive, it's time to go back to it. So some of you may be doing this kind of like back and forth right now internally about where you are right now and what the original intention was. It's very, very much reminds me of like a hermit moment. But there's this important advice coming through with listening, right? It's so important that you're listening to that internal dialogue that's going on. Now, obviously, if it's negative, then it's important to remember that you make the choice on whether or not you want to own those thoughts and feelings, right? You can choose to just observe what is going on. But I'm looking at these oracle cards and I feel like there's this voice, this inner voice that's going to be popping up for you going, hey, did you forget about this? So now for some of you, right, it could be that you're looking at an old dream and it not being something that you want to experience anymore. But either way, there's something that needs to be created out of this. It's like taking responsibility for where life has led you, but also understanding that if you can create that, you can create anything, right? You're overall the hermit. I'm telling you. So yeah, right now, I think for a lot of you, before you're going into the next year, it's like, let me take a look back at all of this. And was this what I originally intended to experience? Wow, man. Okay. In the past, the King of Cups. So emotional maturity, right? Somebody who is caring and understanding. And with the King, I don't know, there's kind of like this feeling of providing emotional security, if that makes sense. Now, absolutely, this could be about a person from the past that's coming back through, where there are, these strong emotions involved. But, there's this level of understanding and maturity and experience with the King, right? In the present, the Star. Wow, man. Okay. So hope and healing and emotional balance, right? And then you have Aquarius and Virgo. But the Star, this could be, finding hope in something again. Something that I think is important to you emotionally. And with the Hermit, absolutely, you may be, with the Star and the Lantern, right? You may be looking at how your experiences have made you feel. But because of that, there's this like wisdom that's gained, but it's bringing hope to something again. Now, absolutely, this could be about, somebody coming through. There may be this hope that things are going to go in, the direction that you're wanting to see. But I think that, kind of going back to this idea of if an old dream has died, it's time to dream anew. Right? Like, this just doesn't fit for you anymore, is what I feel like. So, future conditions with the Five of Wands are talking about conflict, right? An internal conflict that is going on. And it has to do with the, emotions that you've gained from a situation in the past, either with a person or, just in general. But it's interesting how we go from having this hope to going into a position of conflict. Now, this could absolutely have to do with other people that, there's this conflicting view over where you see yourself going. But it's about how you're feeling based on wisdom gained from past experiences. But there's this conflict going on, right? Your best path to follow, the Empress, that's beautiful. So experiencing abundance, but also understanding your ability to provide emotional support, right? Like I'm telling you, there's this feeling coming through where you may have been there for everybody else, but now it's time to be there for yourself. But this is, nurturing, growing something, right? This is the manifestation. This is the 3. This is where you start to see all of that beauty start to pop up. And I think that with the Hermit, the advice here would be, make sure you're nurturing something that's for your highest good. Especially if we're looking at going back to something that's creating this like internal conflict. But whatever you nurture, you will grow into abundance. Wow. In your environment, the sun, the sun is the star, right? Like, this is huge. But I feel like for you, this is like a completely new direction, right? But this is like almost reviving something within you. The sun being in your environment, something's being illuminated in such a way that with the star, the possibility of it being realized has become really big, and it's something that you can't ignore. But it may be conflicting to where you are now, or, the emotional wisdom that you've gained from the past. But there's something about this that's being illuminated in such a way now that I don't think that it can be ignored anymore. And whatever you nurture, it is going to grow into abundance. I feel like that 5 of Wands in future conditions is like just outside nonsense, looking to keep you in the same repetitive pattern. Wow, man. Oh, Aries. Your hopes and your fears, the moon. And, it would make sense that you would be questioning something that's being illuminated so, intensely right now for you. This is like having hope in something that can be life-changing for you. But, it's like, is this really where you see yourself? And, with the moon here, we're fearing that what is being illuminated isn't actually like real. Like it's kind of like a 7 of Cups type of feel almost, right? Like, here's this option, but it's not about many, it's just one. And it's being so brightly illuminated for you. You may be looking at it going, yeah, but is this just fantasy? And I think that too with the moon here, right? Like being disillusioned. But the thing is you're coming in with some emotional understanding. Whether that was through a person or not, there's wisdom that's been gained. And it's changing your viewpoint, but this is such a big thing. But what is going on around you? It's so minor and petty. But it may just be enough to affect you and make you think twice. And that's where I feel like, you know, there's this need with the hermit to just kind of like step back and separate yourself from, you know, the everyday bullshit that may be going on with the people that are closest to you. You know, they may be going through their own kind of conflict, but don't let it affect you, right? It's almost like their words have the ability to make you look at an option in your life as like, that's not realistic. Don't listen to that, right? And then coming out the Three of Pentacles. Good. That's what we want to see. So you start making plans and you're working on something and you're creating something, I'm telling you. The Queen of Swords. The Knight of Swords. Damn, man. Okay. And then the Two of Wands. So you, I think, have had enough of dealing with other people's thoughts about what you choose to do. Now, for some of you, this may be you needing to turn a cold shoulder to someone who has affected you in such a way that, again, there was this emotional understanding that came through. But with the Queen of Swords, we're not playing around anymore. You're wanting, just give me the truth. I don't want any fluff or bullshit. Just, you know, tell me exactly what's going on. But for you, this is coming from a place of experience where it's like, all right, now I'm going to start to use some harsh words to get my point across. But you're coming from absolute truth and a harshness from past experience. Whatever you're working on, you're not going to let anybody tell you anything different. Now, if you're dealing with somebody who is indifferent to your goals, this may be where a very difficult conversation may be coming up because this is bigger than them. And then you have this decision to act, but I'm telling you, right, be careful about what's influencing you or who is influencing you. Because with the moon being hopes and fears, it's like, you know, they're so small and petty, but they could take a deep hold in your mind and prevent you from making a choice to act. Wow, man. But with the Three of Pentacles, though, I feel like you're going for it. You're going to do it. And this is not going to affect you making the choice to actually start. Whether you continue, though, may be a different thing, right? Wow, man. But whatever is being illuminated for you, this is life-changing. This would be a life-changing decision. But it's for your highest good, right? But it's such a big thing that it would make sense that the moon is there. And I'm telling you, with that Empress, I'm looking at that going, yeah, you have the potential to really, really grow something here big time. Yeah, it makes sense. So create tranquility and prosperity. There you go. It's like, for those of you who ask the question, you know, what is my purpose? What should I be doing right now? Create tranquility and prosperity. It's like, thank you for the clear answer. Nothing will come of this situation if you don't make a choice, right? And it's time to release negativity. And that may be this Five of Wands issue you have going on. But this is really big for you. And with the Hermit, you know, just give yourself a minute and step back from all the nonsense so that you can really get in touch with how you're feeling about this huge illumination that is happening for you right now.